going live on this Cubs game had to a little bathroom emergency. The top of the first inning, 2 hits were given up from Jameson Taillon, a single to right field by Francisco Lindor, and a double for Luis Robert Jr., but Taillon got out of the first inning without any runs scored. Freddie Peralta has thrown 4 pitches here and fires a 1-2 to Michael Busch, who fouls off the 1-2 pitch. Nico Hoerner led off the Cubs half at the bottom of the first with a fly out to left fielder Carson Bench. The lineups I'll get to you here just a second. The 1-2 to Busch, and dirt no offer. For the Mets, hitting order: Bench, Bichette, Lindor, Robert Jr., Melendez, Alvarez, Vientos, Beatty, and Simeon. Playing left field, third, short, center, DH, catching first, right field, and second base, respectively. Busch lines at 2-2 foul. For the Cubs lineup, the 1 through 9 hitters: Hoerner, Busch, Bregman, Happ, Suzuki, Ballesteros, Amaya, PCA, and Swanson, playing second, first, third, left, right, DH, catcher, center field, and shortstop, respectively. So again, apologies about the delay. We're 14 minutes into this game. There's a pop fly left side, foul territory. Bichette now back in fair territory, makes a play for the second out. Wind is definitely whipping up there in the Wrigley sky. There's 2 outs. So lowest batting average of opponents versus the Cubs hitting. Since 1901, Freddie Peralta 167. Cubs are hitting Freddie Peralta the 167 clip. Sandy Koufax, John Tudor, Randy Johnson, and Nolan Ryan are worse. High fly ball from Bregman down the left field line. Bench having trouble seeing it, but he's able to make the catch for the third out, fighting his son. So the Cubs go down to another 1-2-3. Roll to the second in Chicago, scoreless on Tri Sports Live. Welcome back here to the top half of the second inning. Jameson Taillon became the first Cub to allow a grand slam and strike out at least 10 on a game since Sheriff Blake did on July 18th, 1925. That was almost a week ago versus the Pittsburgh Pirates last Sunday against Pittsburgh. We have had one ABS challenge in this game. And that came in the top half of the first inning. It was a successful challenge by the Cubs. As Francisco Alvarez will step on to face Taillon, his first pitch. Nice slider, top of his own for strike. 24 pitch first for Taillon, so I'll look to try and make this half inning a little more stress-free. Here's the 0-1. Fly ball hit pretty well. It's dropping. It is going to be caught, though, by Ian Happ for the second out. Or for the first out, sorry. So Alvarez goes down on a fly out. Now bring a Mark Vientos. Yankees on top of the Royals 6-0 there in the fourth inning there. Minnesota on top of Cincinnati 2-0 there in the second inning in Minnesota. Pittsburgh and Tampa getting underway in less than an hour. Pitch is on the way to Vientos to start the at-bat. The White Sox playing against Athletics. 3:05 Central Time. Murakami had a grand slam last night. White Sox finally broke their losing ways again. They're 7-13. It's 2-0 now on Vientos. Sox had the same record as the Mets do. Of course, Juan Soto has an injury right now. He's out for a couple weeks. Vientos chops that one foul. It's 2-1. "29 pitches now for Jameson Taillon. You're in the top half of the second inning. Cubs working on a 3-game winning streak right now. They win this one, they'll be on a 4-game winning streak. I just realized I'm not on the game screen. Sorry about that. High fly ball deep to left field, and that ball is gone. Mark Vientos solo shot absolutely tattooed that. His second home run of the season, 3/4 of the way up the left field bleachers. Absolutely rocked that one. 110.2 miles per hour on the exit velocity, and 434 feet on the projected distance. You know, you got to keep it lower on the launch angle to hit home runs on this windy day at Wrigley Field, and he absolutely rocked that one. Absolutely tattooed that one. Up by the hot dog fans. First pitch to Beatty is laying down a play, foul, 1. Beatty hitting 197. He's missed 3 games, 7 RBIs. It's already 3 hits now for the Mets. The 0-1, that's so it's 1-1. Here is the 1-1 to Vientos, or the time to Beatty. Sorry, that's on the way. It's 2-1 now. 21 strikeouts for Beatty. No walks or hit by pitches this season. That's a high fly ball to right field. A little deep. PCA and Suzuki converge. It's PCA. He'll make the catch on the edge of the track for the second out. So 2 gone here in the top of the second inning. That'll bring up Marcus Semien, another former White Sox. Athletic, won a World Series with the Rangers back in 23. Hitting 211 on the year, 1 home run, 8 RBIs. First pitch. That's all for ball 1. Be a good. It's a beautiful. It's chilly, but it's a beautiful day. Wrigley Field. Change from all the severe weather and rain we've had throughout the week. 1-1 or 1-0. Sorry, swing and a miss. It's not 1-1. Taillon. Here's the 1-1 to Semien. Check this swing uphill to first. Does not go, says Adam Hammery, the first base umpire. Our umpires say home plate umpire Alex Tosi, first base Adam Hammery, second base Austin Jones, and third base Todd Tichenor, who had worked the plate last night. The 2-1. Yesterday afternoon, hard hit ground ball. Swanson deep in the left field. Grass not in time. Had no chance at getting that one. It's going to be an infield single for Marcus Semien. That is the 4th hit for the Mets lineup. They're the first 9 hitters off of Taillon. I think he only had one. He only had one strikeout. Yeah, he's only had 1 strikeout. So every ball, 8 of the 9 hitters, a ball has been put in play for the first time through the orders. Here is Carson Benj. 0 for 1 today. Bounced that one back to the screen. Had a long 10-pitch at bat, and he struck out swinging in his first at bat. That's part of the reason why Taillon's pitch count got up to the way it is right now. Here's the 0-1. Off the plate, 1-1 now on Benj. Went to Oklahoma State. Drafted 19th out of the 2024 draft. Part of that pretty stacked draft of Bazana, Burns, Kurtz in the big leagues, Caglione. That's off the plate. It's 2-1 now to Benj. Everyone in the 2024 list graphic that you guys can't see is in the majors besides Travis Bazana. Still in the AAA and the Guardians organization. There's a foul ball, 2-2 now. I can imagine he's going to get called up here soon. So top prospect, number 1 pick in the 2024 draft for the Guardians. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a throw over to first. Simeon in without an issue. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the second, 1 runner on. It's up and away to full count now. Simeon will be off at the pitch. Want to avoid getting this ball hit into the gap if you're Taillon. 3-2. In the dirt, ball 4. Taillon walks his first hitter. Now bring up Bichette, who's 0 for 1. He flew out to right to Suzuki in his last at bat. It's already 10 hitters. Taillon has faced through an inning and 2/3. Just the 1 strikeout. He's given up 1 walk. And every other ball has been put in play. 4 hits, giving up the home run to Vientos in the top half of this inning. Early mound visit. So we'll see what Bichette does here. Hopefully for Taillon, he can get a week out here and avoid having any issues. Bichette hitting .224 to start the year. Chases the first pitch. He's going to pop it up, and that's going to get him out of an inning. Bush makes the catch on the foul line. And Taillon gets out of the little 2 runners on jam, but does give up a solo shot to Mark Vientos. Mets on top 1-0 to the bottom of the second we go on Tri Sports Live. Welcome back here to the bottom half of the second inning. Cubs against the Mets in Game 2 of this three-game set. Cubs fourth in the entire league in runs scored per game on average. Of course, the Dodgers, as the first pitch to Happ is off to play for ball one. Of course, the Dodgers are on top of the list, but the Nationals are a team on top on that list. Emphasis high, it's 2-0 now to Happ. So Cubs, they had a good offensive series against the Phillies, and that continued into Game 1 yesterday with a 12-run explosion over the Mets. Here's a 2-0 from Peralta, and that's a changeup at the knees for a strike, 2-1. You can have 5 home runs on the season. Two one, swing and a miss, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Mets on top. Ian Happ looks at a changeup. Oh, it's full now. Three two, high fly ball hit well to center field. Going back is Lee Strawberry Jr. That ball's gonna go. Solo home run and a 6th for the season for Ian Happ, and the Cubs have tied it. Game 4 flashback at the 3-run home run off of Freddie Peralta. He hits one here, 105.4 miles per hour off the bat, 431 feet on the distance, same exact distance as Vientos' home run. And the Cubs immediately answer back with a solo shot on their first hit of the game. And of course, it's Ian Happ. It has to be his 6th home run of the year, his 11th run batted in. 6 home runs already at this point is an amazing feat. And Seiya Suzuki looks at a fastball missing inside for ball 1. As Ian Happ is now 2 home runs shy from 12th place. As Suzuki gets a hit by a pitch. Fastball hit nicks the elbow guard of Suzuki. But Ian Happ now 2 home runs shy of tying Alfonso Soriano for 12th place all-time in Cubs history in terms of home runs. So here's Ballesteros now. Hitting 375 to start the year, the pitch. This is just a touch high for ball 1. Moses having a good hot few games after the slow start to the year. 1-0. Old chopper hit towards third. It's just foul. 1-1 now. I think that was a fastball. Peralta trying to get past Ian Happ on the outside corner, and Ian Happ did not miss it. Another no-doubter in this ballpark. Ballesteros third, and that's another foul ball. If you have 40 minimum at bats, batting average leaders, Andy Pages leads it all hitters, but Ildemaro Vargas, former Cub, second. Moises Ballesteros third. Andy Diaz and C.J. Abrams behind Ballesteros in 4th and 5th, respectively. Again, that's a minimum of 40 at-bats. Ballesteros not always an everyday hitter, does not hit against lefties. Cubs have faced a couple lefties this season. Here's the 1-2. Well, high and away. It's 2-2 now. We broadcasted most of the first game of the Phillies series and then did not broadcast the rest of the series. Here's a 2-2. Inside, nearly hits Ballesteros. Count runs full on Ballesteros. Wrigley faithful, not happy. Not intentional, obviously, but whenever you give a home run and hit a guy and nearly hit another guy, it's frustrating. He blows a fastball by Ballesteros for the first out. It's kind of what pitchers sometimes do. You go up and in, back the guy off the plate, and then throw a fastball by him. That was a changeup, actually, that Ian Happ hit the home run off of. And he hammers it out of the ballpark. Just missing the center field seats below or above the ivy. That fastball catches inside corner to Amaya. Strike one. This will be pitch number 25 for Peralta in the game. So on the way, 1-1. Unless there's a double play, Peralta will have a very stressful inning in terms of workload. 267 average for Maya, home run 4 driven in, 405 on base clip, and 400 slugging, 13 games. So it's 2-1. So we've hit we're at game number 20. It's at the knees and a strike to Amaya, 2-2 now. Game number 20 on the season. Two. Get on the hands, popped up shallow center field. It's going to fall between a trio of Simeon Benj and Robert Jr. for a weak pop fly single for Miguel Amaya. Another little base hit for the Cubs, getting their second of the game. I'll bring up PCA. Already 19 pitches for Peralta here in the second inning. There's still only one out. He threw nine in the first inning, so long start to this game for Peralta and Taillon. PCA fouls the one out of play, 0-1. He hitting 227 to start the year, but he's 5 for 11 in his career against Peralta. As a double home run, he's walked, he has struck out, but he's hitting 455 against Peralta. Maybe he can get something hard to hit here. One up and away, 1-1. And Peralta this season with runners in scoring position, hitters are 0 for 13. They have one walk. They've struck out 7 times. They got hit by a pitch once. But a good battle here with the guy who does not get many hits with runners in scoring position versus a guy who's hit the pitcher pretty hard as PCA fouls off the curveball. It's 1-2 now. Mets in their gray pants. As it's 2-2 now to PCA. Gray pants with the blue and orange stripes down the side with a blue jersey with orange outlines on the lettering. I believe it's their alternate jerseys, and the Cubs with their traditional home whites. And it's 3-2 now on PCA. It's brought the spikes a curveball. It's 3-2. Carlos Mendoza in another year as the Mets manager, his 3rd season. 3-2. Nice changeup that PCA fouls off. Three balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. A pitch. Another foul ball, another good battle here. Bullpen's going to be working a lot today. And the Peralta, or for the Mets, they had a lot of pitchers in the game yesterday, so they're going to hope Peralta can get a double play here and get some quick innings after this half inning. And PCA will call a timeout. 35 pitches for Peralta in this game. He threw 9 in the first. There's been no mound visit in this half inning. The 3-2. High fly ball left field. Benj staring into the sun makes the catch for the second out, and Suzuki holds at second. So Pete just missed getting that one. It's just under his. Here's Dansby Swanson. 9-0 later for the Cubs. 210 average, 4 home runs. He's driven in 12. There's a 419 slugging clip and a 354 on base clip. Played in every single game this season. This is the 20th game for the Cubs of the year, and this is his 20th game. So it shows his versatility. First pitch from Peralta. This is chest high for ball 1. Since 1950, 19-plus runs scored in the team's first 19 games. Dansby Swanson has scored 19 runs in his first 19 games. Kyle Tucker last year had 19 runs in his first 19 games. As Swanson high, fly ball down the right field line. And Beatty might have a play. He leaps, it's out of play. It's a foul ball. It's 1-1. Jumping into that brick wall, a little scary. Obviously, for Mets fans, there is some padding up against that wall, right where Beatty leaves. But it's still a little scary. You don't want to hook your arm on, dragging on the wall, and end up pulling or maybe even tearing your pec or pulling your oblique. Here's the 1-1. Slate swing and a miss from Swanson. It's 1-2 now. Pitch number 40 for Peralta. This is pitch number 31 in the inning. So we had a similar pitch count to Taillon once he gets his third out. The 1-2. Misses high. It's 2-2. Taillon has thrown 45 pitches in his first 2 innings. Kind of an opposite split. Long first for Taillon, a shorter second. Short first for Peralta, a really long second. He misses low. It's full now on Swanson. Runners will be off at the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the second. Tied at 1. The home run from Vientos in the top half of the inning made it 1-0 Mets, but Ian Happ a solo shot at the bottom half of the inning tied it up to 3-2. Fly ball center field. Robert goes back a touch, but he will make the catch for the third out. But the Cubs tied up. Thanks to the Ian Happ home run, we'll head to the third in Chicago, tied at 1 on Shy Sports Live. Top three here in Chicago at Wrigley Field. Cubs and Mets tied at 1. First pitch from Taillon to Frankie Lindor. I guess just a corner for a strike on 1. Lindor 1 for 1 today, single to right field in his last at bat. First of 4 Mets hits in the first 2 innings. 1's curving the dirt for a ball, 1-1. 47 pitches for Taillon right now. 45 to the first 2 to 1-1. On the corner, that's a strike. 1-2 now on Frankie Lindor. Both teams have their 2 ABS challenges remaining. And timeout will be called from Lindor. His allotted 1 timeout per at bat. 1-2 up and away, 2-2 now. Yankees added another 1 on top of the Royals. Are on top 7-0 there. Minnesota on top 3-1 over Cincinnati. They're in the 3rd inning. They're the only 2 other active games going on right now. The 2-2 off the plate. Full count now. Got some NHL playoff hockey going on today. 3 games. Not going to be broadcasting it, but fun to tune in. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that is out number 1. That is strikeout number 2 for Taillon, I believe. Yes, strikeout number 2 for Taillon. Yeah, Maya just didn't catch it cleanly. And Lindor, almost looked like a cutter action there for Taillon. Here's Luis Robert Jr. double to left on the line in his last at bat. Former White Sox. Fouls that back to the screen. Notice he's, at the White Sox, he had a lot of one-hand swings. Just get both hands on the at-bat. A 1-line drive through the hole. That's a base hit for Robert again. He has a double and a single now. And a good start for former White Sox. Here's MJ Melendez. Flew out deep to left field to Ian Happ in his last at bat in the 1st inning. First pitch. Fastball misses up and away for ball 1. Taillon, highest percentage of runs allowed via the home run. Him and Shota since 2025 lead the league. 64% for Taillon and 63% for Shota. And percentage of runs allowed via home runs. That misses off the plate. It's 2-0 now. To Melendez. So they don't give a lot of runs, but when they do, it's usually via the long ball. I mean, in case in point, Shota 11 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 run given up against Philly. It's a swing and a miss. 2-1 now on Melendez. And then other starts, he's giving up the long ball. But again, they're not power guys in terms of fastball, stuff like that, but location and pitch to contact guys. A lot of ground outs. Means a good day. Runners going, pitches a strike throw to second, is caught stealing. Absolute perfect throw from Amaya. And what a throw there from Miguel Amaya. That was absolutely perfect. Here's a 2-2 to Melendez. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 1 pitch later after getting the caught stealing, it's a strikeout. 3rd of the game for Taillon. To the bottom of the 3rd we go. 1-1 tie in Chicago. Welcome back here to the bottom of the third inning. Cubs and Mets tied at 1. Nico Horner will step up to the plate, flew out the left field in his last at bat. On the first pitch that he saw from Peralta, there's a first pitch fastball to the knees, called a strike. Nico already has 20 RBIs on the season. Hack Wilson is the only other guy who is close. And then that year, 1930, hit 191 RBIs. That catches a corner to Horner. It's 0-2 now. I mean, 20 RBIs through 20 games is... Through 19 games, sorry. You're looking at like 165 RBI season. There's a chopper hit towards third. It's a fair ball. Firing on the run is Bichette. Nice play. Foot is kept on the bag. That is out number 1. Of course, RBIs also matter if you get runners on. When you lead off the inning, your only opportunity for an RBI is a home run. Bichette over at third base because of the crowded infield in terms of depth now. Needs a longer extension. It needs a harder throw, and he got it there. Mr. Bush is a strike 0-1. Oh, 1. There's a chopper foul off of Alvarez. It's 0-2 now on Bush. That's in the dirt. It's 1-2 now. Peralta 48 pitches through 2 1/3. Taillon has 58 pitches through 3 complete innings. So both pitchers really looking at a similar pitch line score right now. Here's the 1-2. Foul back to the screen, still 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes on Bush. 0-for-1 today. Popped out to third, and he swings through that curveball for strike 3. So another strikeout for Peralta, his second of the game. There's 2 outs now in the third. Excellent curveball there. Here's Alex Bregman. He flew out the left field in his last at bat. Peralta misses off to play with a fastball for ball 1. I caught the corner. It's 1-1 now on Bregman. On 1, chopper hit towards third. Nice backhand from Bichette. Strong throw to first, and that is the third out. Cubs go down in order 1-2-3. They don't score to the 4th we go in Chicago, tied at 1 on Shy Sports Live. Welcome back here to the top half of the fourth inning. Cubs versus the Mets in Game 2 of this three-game set. Cubs took Game 1 12-4 yesterday afternoon. They're tied with the Mets 1-1 here in the top of the fourth inning. Alvarez flies this one out towards center. PCA fighting the sun. He'll make the catch for the first out to get us going in the fourth. Catch the Cubs against the Aprils, a four-game set. April 20th again to the 23rd. The Cubs and Phillies. Get your tickets at Cubs.com/tickets. Or go to, and if you want to watch the Cubs, go to Marquee Sports Network to watch the Cubs. Pretty good four-game series coming up after the Mets. Tough April for the Cubs. In terms of their schedule, the 0-1 to Vientos is fouled off. It's going to get a little easier towards the second half of the season for the Cubs. So I mentioned this a couple broadcasts ago. If you could stay around or slightly above average in this tough schedule, and you capitalize off the easier schedule, you're going to win 95 to 100 games at the end of it. Vientos, 0-2 count on him. He's 1 for 1 today. He hit the home run in the second to make it a 1-0 Mets lead. That was his second of the season. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Nice sweeper or slider. That's out number 2. That'll give Taillon his fourth strikeout of the game. I'm bringing Brett Beatty, who flew out to PCA in right center field in his last bat. Beatty flew out. 194 average now in the season. First pitch spiked by Taillon for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Off the plate, 2-0. Just inside with a cutter, I believe. It's 3-0 now on Beatty. Taillon's issued 1 walk in the game so far. Here's the 3-0. That's in there for a strike, 3-1. Three-one. It's foul of the play. Count's going to run full now on Beatty. Taillon trying to get out of this fourth inning unscathed, still relatively okay on the pitch count. It's pitch number 68, the 3-2. Chapper pulled foul. Pitch number 69, the 3-2. Chopper hit weakly towards Horner. He's going to grab it underhand, flipped on the run for the third out. Another 1-2 third inning for Taillon. To the bottom of the fourth we go in Chicago, tied at 1 on Shy Sports Live. Top fifth here in Chicago. Cubs and Mets tied at 1. Sorry, bottom of the fourth in Chicago. Cubs and Mets tied at 1. Ian Happ leading off. Drove an only run of the game for the Cubs, which was the home run. Bottom of the second inning. Peralta fires a curveball for strike 1. Both teams with solo home runs in the second inning. Mark Vientos has the Mets run. Here's the 0-1. On away 1-1 now. Here's the 1-1. Third straight curveball. That one misses off the plate. 2-1 now to Happ. Peralta comes set. 2-1. Changeup at the knees is a strike. 2-2 now. Changeup is what the home run was hit. The pitch that Ian Happ hit was the home run. 2-2. High pop fly. Right field, shallow. Beatty coming in. Makes the catch for the first out. So take a look at How Far Did It Fly, presented by American Airlines. Ian Happ, 431 feet on the home run, the same distance as Mark Vientos' home run went in the top half of that inning. How Far Did It Fly, sponsored by American Airlines. Seiya Suzuki, first pitch to him, and again nearly gets hit on the elbow pad. He got hit on the elbow pad on his first at bat, nearly gets hit again in there. Be pitch number 60 for Peralta. Just low to Suzuki. It's 2-0 now. Peralta will come set to 2-0. Foul to play. 2-1 now on Suzuki. Diameter is up to 69 pitches in the top of the fourth. Both him and Peralta have been very close in terms of pitch count. After the first inning, ground ball hit towards third. Bichette grabs it, fires the first in time, and that is a quick second out for Peralta. Coming up, Ballesteros struck out swinging in his last at bat. Trying to continue his hot couple series he's had. 62 pitches for Peralta. 366 average now for Ballesteros. 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. Lines this one, the right center field. That's going to fall in front of Robert, and Ballesteros has the Cubs' third hit of the game. And it is a single here in the bottom of the fourth with 2 outs. That was a backdoor off-speed pitch Peralta was trying to throw, and Ballesteros lines it in the right center field. Here's Miguel Amaya now, 1 for 1 today. Single on a weak pop fly between a trio of Benji, Simeon, and Robert. There's a first pitch strike to Amaya. Here's the 0-1. Curve in the dirt, 1-1 now. Moises Ballesteros is tied for the MLB lead with 8 hits on the first pitch this season. He's had a lot of hits on the first pitch of the at-bat. Usually the first pitch of the at-bat is the best pitch you're going to see. My towering fly ball to right field. Tailing Beatty, leaping catch going into the right field wall for the third out. That was a tough play. The wind was definitely blowing that ball. Cubs get it up and don't score. We'll head to the fifth. We're tied at 1 on Shy Sports Live. Top of the fifth here in Wrigley Field. Cubs and Mets tied at 1. Jameson Taillon's first pitch to Marcus Semien. Osby pitched a little away for ball 1. Semien singled to left, or to Dansby Swanson. It was a ground ball pulled well towards the hole, and Swanson was lucky enough just to get the ball even to first base as Semien swings through a slider for strike 1. 1-1 now. 1-1 just off the plate. 2-1 now. 2-1 just off the plate again. 3-1. Pitches are close, but they are off the plate according to the box on the monitor I have right here. 3-1 again. Semien swings through a slider. Alex Tosia rings him up twice now, and this at bat is full now. 3-2. Fouled back to the screen. Now it's pitch number 75, thrown from Jameson Taillon. Three, 2, misses high, ball 4, and that is walk number 2 issued for Taillon. Here is Carson Benj. I want to say Benji so much. Nemesis, it's 1-0. Strikeout on the walk. Here's the 1-0. Curveball out to strike 1-1. One, nice change up there from Taillon. It's 1-2 now on the swing and a miss. Taillon trying to get the first out of the fifth. In order to qualify for a win, he needs to get 3 more outs. Here's the 1-2. Chopper hit weakly. Horner to second. The turn from Swanson, not in time. That was very close. Cubs might want to challenge this. Real time, it was very close. Horner had to. Really, the only play they're not going to challenge. Really, the only play he had was just to underhand flip it, and yeah, he was safe. So, 1 out. Here's Bill Bichette 0 for 2 today. That was back to the screen 0-1. He's flown on and popped out in his 2 at-bats. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball hit off the mound. Spike to Horner. Swanson to turn. 4-6-3 double play. Cubs get out of it. We're halfway home here in Chicago. Tied at 1 on Chi Sports Live. First pitch to Pete Cross, trying to start the bottom half of the fifth inning. Misses up and away for ball one on the fastball. PCA flew out in his last at bat, the 1-0. Pops this one up. Lindor, shallow left center field, is going to make the catch while backpedaling for the first outs. Start the bottom half of the fifth inning. The Win Big 50-50 raffle guaranteed jackpot. $75,000 for this weekend series. Go to Cubs.com/raffle to put in your tickets. Sponsored by Cubs Charities. A lot of money so far with the guaranteed jackpot, already at $75,000. And Fastman is out to play for ball one. For good cause, spend a little bit of money, and you could win a ton of money. Swanson 0 for 1 to fly out on his last at bat. This is pitch number 70 for Peralta. Swings through a slider for strike one to Swanson. Again, just three games in play right now. Hammery says Swanson did not go on that check swing appeal. That's 2-1 now on Swanson. The out distribution today for Peralta, 2 strikeouts, 3 groundouts, and the other 8 outs he's gotten have been on flyouts. 2-1 at the knees is a strike, 2-2 now. I'll take his timeout. That was a perfect pitch, well located from Peralta. 2-1 or the 2-2, sorry. Right on the corner for strike 3, called looking. 2 outs now. Peralta picks up his 3rd strikeout of the game. And is out number 2. Now to bring him Nico Hoerner. He's put the ball in play twice today, but he's gone out. He's flown out and grounded out. Maybe you can get a drive a ball out of the ballpark here. Curveball nearly hits him, does not move. It's up and in for ball one. The batting average now against Peralta is at .203 in the career lifetime. Fly ball hit pretty well center field. Robert shielding from the sun makes the catch on the track for the 3rd out. Hoerner gave it a ride, but for naught. We played through 5 in Chicago. We're tied at 1 as we get to the 6th on Shy Sports Live. Welcome back here to the top half of the 6th inning. The Cubs and the Cubs and Mets, are tied at 1 here in the top half of the 6th inning. The only runs that have been scored were a solo home run from Mark Vientos in the top half of the 2nd inning, and Ian Happ Another home run off of Freddie Peralta, hit one in the bottom half of the second inning, and that is where we're at. 8 hits combined between the two teams, 5 for the Mets, 3 for the Cubs. As Frankie Lindor has one of those hits for the Mets, will lead it off. First pitch from Taillon is a nice change-up swing and a miss for strike one. On Santo bobblehead day. Beautiful but chilly day. Feeling more like a mid-fall day. Here's the 0-1. Just inside, 1-1 now. Was inside. One off the plate, 2-1 now. Lindor, high towering fly ball. Just got on there at Suzuki. Next to PCA makes the catch for the first out. That was a mile in the air, and you could tell Lindor just got under it. Now we're on Police Robert Jr. 2 for 2 today. A double and a single to left field. He's hit the ball hard. Hopefully you can keep this pitch low and away from Robert. There's the more that classic one-handed swing from Luis. Someone who is a White Sox fan. I remember all of his swings. There's a high sweeper on the top of the zone called the strike 0-2 now, Robert. Average up to 266 now this season. A couple home runs, 7 RBIs. The big question is, can he stay healthy? So here's the 0-2. Ground ball hit weakly towards Swanson. Has to hurry. Fires the first in time for the second out. So 2 gone here in the top Mets half of the 6th inning. Now we have MJ Melendez 0 for 2 today. A fly and a strikeout. Head to the ballpark May 2nd, Kerrywood Bobblehead Day versus Arizona Diamondbacks. Up to the first 10,000 fans. Sponsored by Coca-Cola Original Taste. Go to Cubs.com to learn more. And this is it's 1-1 to Melendez. 12-2 now. Yankees on top of the Royals. Minnesota still on top of the Reds. 3-2. They're in Minnesota. They're in the 5th inning of that game. A couple of games getting ready to get going or have already got on their way. There's a foul ball from Melendez, 1-1. I have to imagine this is going to be the last inning for Taillon, maybe in the last batter. Here's the 1-1. Inside, 2-1 now. Here's the 2-1. And the dirt, no offer from Melendez, 3-1 now. 93 pitches for Taillon, threw 5 2/3. Ever since that second inning, Taillon's pitch count has been 13 or 11 pitches. Here's the 3-1. Off to play at ball 4. That's walk number 3 issued for Taillon. See what Council does here. It'll be a righty up next. Francisco Alvarez 0 for 2 today. He's fun on twice left in center field. It's going to be Taillon. May 4th, Cubs Grogu Bobblehead Day versus the Cincinnati Reds. Special ticket is required at Cubs.com/specials. That is the only way you can get that Grogu Bobblehead. May 4th. Go to Cubs.com/specials to learn more. Cubs Grogu Bobblehead Day. First pitch to Alvarez. Inside, he hits him. It's 1-0. Decent lead for Melendez at first. 1-0. Inside 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Here's a 2-0. Nice slider. That's a strike. 2-1 on Alvarez. Here's a 2-1. High pop fly behind the home plate. Amaya will not have a play as it lands first row for a foul ball into the seats. Two balls, two strikes, two outs, top of the sixth. This will be pitch number 99 for Jameson Taillon. That ball smoked but foul, so Taillon will have a 100th pitch here. Hoby Milner is getting loose in that Cubs bullpen. Gotta imagine Taillon's done after this at bat, regardless. The 2-2. High pop fly. Fair territory. Bregman and Swanson conversion. Swanson calls off Bregman to makes the catch for the third out. Good outing for Taillon. Strands a runner. Woods at the bottom of the sixth. Cubs and Mets still tied at 1 on Chi Sports Live. Welcome back here to the bottom of the sixth inning. Cubs and Mets tied at 1 on Chi Sports Live. 8 hits combined between the two teams. Michael Busch stepping up for the Cubs. 0 for 2 today. Will pop out on a strikeout swinging. Will face Freddie Peralta. It's around 75 pitches through 5 innings. First pitch. Line drive left field. It's going to be caught by Carson Bench for the first out. Looked like it was going to fall initially, but Benj was able to get to it for the first out. I'm going to bring up Alex Bregman 0 for 2 today. A fly out on the ground out to the left side of the infield. We had 33 pitches in that second inning, but every other inning has been below 13 pitches. There's a fastball at the plate to Bregman for ball 1. So that third inning was his tough inning. Ever since that, it's been pretty smooth sailing for Peralta. Change up at the knees is a strike 1-1. Peralta has 3 strikeouts, has now walked a hitter, has hit a hitter. Hit Suzuki. This is up and in for ball 2. Hit Suzuki in the second inning. He was the batter directly after Ian Happ, who hit the home run to make it, or to tie the game at 1. 2-1. Hard hit ground ball. Nice scoop from Bichette. Turns and fires the first, and a couple quick outs for Freddie Peralta. First pitch to Ian Happ. Up on the way for ball 1. It's 1-1 now. Ian Happ 1 for 2 today. Homer to center and flew out to right. Just off the plate. It's 2-1. Two balls on the strike on Ian Happ. 2-1. That's flared out of play. 2-2 now. Ben Brown now getting loose in that Cubs bullpen. Hobie Milner was getting loose in the top half of the 6th inning. It's a 2-2. Inside, it's full. Foul ball, still 3-2 on Ian Happ. Ian Happ will take his timeout before this full count pitch. Pitch number 14 of the inning, his longest inning in terms of pitches since the second. The 3-2. And it's ball 4. So go ahead, runners on first base. Turn 10 feet away from home. Pitching coach to come out to talk with Freddie Peralta. So Peralta, 87 pitches. Seiya Suzuki is 0 for 1 today. He got hit by a pitch and he grounded out to third. Mets scheduled to open a 7th have Vientos, Beatty, and Simeon. As Brooks Raley is now starting to play some soft toss. So lefty, and Cubs have Ballesteros on deck. So I imagine if Suzuki reaches, they'll play the game of we'll bring in a lefty, and you make Craig Counsell decide on whether or not to take out Ballesteros or to keep him in. So check swing. Tosi rings up Suzuki for strike 1A. Carson Kelly is available. Of course, you would lose your DH if Miguel Amaya were to get hurt, because Kelly would have to move over to. There's a back pick to first. Happ is back in time. Pitch was a ball. It's 1-1 now, and Suzuki Big lead for Happ. Gotta imagine if that pitch was a little bit better, that they might have had a better shot at getting Happ, because Alvarez had to not only pick it out of there for pickoff attempt to first, Happ back in time. It's the first disengagement for Peralta. See what Seiya can do here. 1-1. This is up and in, 2-1 now. 90 pitches for Peralta. Truly feeling like a copy paste with Jameson Taillon with the pitch count situation. Chopper off the back leg of Suzuki. That was a changeup from Peralta. Ooh, off the top of the kneecap of the back leg for Seiya. Not exactly where you normally expect those types of foul balls, but it happened. Not really a location you like to get hit as a hitter. It was rare and put a lot of weight on that back leg until you're done loading up to 2-2 into there. Good block from Alvarez. It's going to be full now. Happ will be off with the pitch, so this is a big pitch coming up now. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ian Happ will be off with the pitch. And a second disengagement for Peralta. Three-two. Just low. Mets are going to challenge, however, I believe they're going to lose this one. I believe Toasty got it right. And they did. So the Mets lose their first of 2 ABS challenge and missed an inch and 1.4 inches along the way, and that is going to do it for Freddie Peralta's outing. So Moises Ballesteros likely going to get pulled from the game here if Craig Counsell wants to. Peralta gets pulled. It was a good outing for the former Brewer, but he does have 2 runners on base that Brooks Raley is going to inherit. We'll be back out of this. Cubs and Mets tied at 1, bottom of the 6th, but are threatening. Welcome back here to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Brooks Raley on the mound for the Mets. 7 appearances on the season, 6 and 2/3 innings pitched, 1.35 ERA. And Craig Counsell did exactly what I thought he would do. As Carson Kelly, first pitch, high fly ball, and that ball is going to break the tie. A 3-run home run for Carson Kelly. Backfires the Mets' plans, and the Cubs foil the Mets' strategy. A 3-run shot for Carson Kelly gives the Cubs a 3-run lead. Second home run of the year for Kelly. 105.2 miles per hour off the bat, and a projected distance of 405 feet. It is 4-1 Cubs. No doubt of the left field. And the first pitch Raley throws out of the bullpen is a solo shot. He fires a pitch to Miguel Amaya. So Craig Counsell goes to the bench. What I thought he would do, and smokes it into the bleachers to get the Cubs the lead. There's a strike to Amaya. So now all of a sudden the Mets are looking at their final 9 outs on offense. And they're down by 3. Maya pops the one out of play, 1-2 now. Have to imagine if you're Carlos Mendoza, you knew that was going to happen in terms of substitutions. 1-2. Ground ball hit towards second base. Simeon, the first for the third out. But 3 hits in an inning and a home run for Carson Kelly. The solo shot, or the 3-run shot to left field. Cubs on top, 4-1. To the 7th we go on Shy Sports Live. Welcome back here to the top half of the 7th inning. Cubs on top 4-1 now, courtesy of Carson Kelly's pinch hit 3-run home run. As Ben Brown is on the pitch for the Cubs now in relief of Colin Rea. Spikes the curveball. The final line score for both pitchers. First for Freddie Peralta, 5 and 2/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit by a pitch. For Taillon, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 run. That run was earned, walk 3, strikeout 4. As Vientos, who's driven in the only Mets run of the game today, will pop this one up to center field. And PCA will make the catch for the first out. Brown's 7th appearance out of the bullpen, 14 and 2/3 innings pitched, now on 15 innings. Rio's 7 ERA allowed 1 home run, 45% ground ball rate, 25% strikeout rate, and a 9% walk rate. And we'll look for a clean 7th, maybe an 8th inning. This is inside the Beatty for ball 1 on the fastball. It's flown on and grounded out today as Brett Beatty. Here's the 1-0. Inside it's 2-0. That's up and away. It's 3-0 now. That's on the corner for a strike. 3-1 now on Beatty. Have to imagine Craig is like, okay, Ben, let's get 6 of these 9 outs, and we'll see where the offense goes. There's a foul ball because if the Cubs get another run or two, then might as well just keep him out there not only so he can get multiple innings, but also maybe even get a 3-inning save. Completely saved the Cubs bullpen for the finale tomorrow. In a game where the Cubs will be looking to sweep if the score holds on. 3-2, misses high, ball 4. It is 4-2 now, Minnesota on top of Cincinnati. I believe it's 13-2 now. I have a quick mound visit here with the Mayo. When the Cubs walk it off at Wrigley Field, you can win a trip to Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Visit Cubs.com/Circa to learn more. Pirates on top of Tampa Bay 2-0 there in the 2nd inning. Tampa Bay coming off of a 3-game sweep of the White Sox. Fastball misses high for ball 1. Marcus Semien is up right now. Saxon Athletics just got underway a couple minutes ago. Here's the 1-0. Again inside 2-0. NHL-wise, the Hurricanes are on top of the Ottawa Senators, 1-0 there in the 2nd period. And that's 3 straight out of the zone for Ben Brown. Also threw 3 straight out of the zone to start Beatty's at bat. So, and a little wild out of the pen for Ben Brown. 8 balls, 4 strikes in his 12 pitches he's thrown. Bumps in the strike to Semien for strike 1. ABS challenges. Cubs have both of their challenges remaining, and the Mets only have 1 challenge remaining. Here's a 3-1. Side corner, that's a strike. Full count now on Semien. That pitch definitely caught the inside corner. Three-two. Line drive, smoke to left field. Ian Happ at the wall. Makes the catch, leaping for the 2nd out. And Beatty will have to retreat back to first place. That is why he's a Platinum Glove winner. Absolutely smoked that ball, did Marcus Semien, and Ian Happ makes the catch at the wall, eliminating likely a run. Instead, getting a 2nd out, Beatty back at first base. So here's Carson Benj. 0-for-2 today. Another fastball missing out of the zone for Brown. It's 1-0. Wind is blowing out towards right field. One zero. Oh, and it's 2-0 now. The wind blowing out to right field is giving a 5-foot advantage on the ball hit out to right field. Going in at 1 foot to left field. Not that bad of a number mix. There's a high pop fly left side. Swanson and Bregman converge, but it's Swanson who makes the catch for the third out. Mets stranded runner don't score. Cubs are 6 outs away from winning game 2 of the series. We had a 7th inning stretch coming up right now.
Cubs Hall of Fame third baseman Ron Santo leads us with "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
All right, let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Be out to the ball game. Be out to the crowd. Why we some demons and crowds.
Welcome back here to the bottom of the 7th inning. Cubs and Mets. Game 2 of this 3-game set. Cubs on top 4-1. As Carson Kelly's pinch hit 3-run home run in the bottom of the 6th inning has broken the tie. Cubs are now 6 outs away from winning game 2. Brooks Raley on for the 7th inning. First pitch to Pise is spiked low for ball 1. Pete 0 for 2. He's flown out a couple times, so he's popped down. Flown out. On a slow start for Pete. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Fly ball left field, hit pretty well. Bench in front of the track that will make the catch for this first out. Now to bring up Dansby Swanson 0 for 2 today. Dave Kingman, a cornerstone hitter for the Cubs, 448 career home runs in 16 seasons. Led the MLB with 48 home runs for the Cubs in 1979. Led the NL with the Mets in home runs in 1982 with 37. 3-time All-Star, twice with the Cubs, once with the Mets. Homered for a team of each of the 4 divisions in 1977. The Mets, Padres, the California Angels, and the Yankees. As Brooks Raley will depart, so will we. We'll be back into this. Cubs and Mets. Game 2, Cubs on top 4-1 on Tri Sports Live. Luke Weaver on the mound for the Mets here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 8th appearance out of the bullpen this season on a high walk rate, a 10% walk rate, 13% strikeout rate, 8.10 ERA for the Mets this season as the first pitch to Swanson is a foul ball for strike one. Swanson 0 for 2 to flat on the strikeout. The 0-1 to him. Misses off the play for ball one. One out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 4-1 Cubs. Here's the 1-1. Fell back to the screen 1-2 now. On 2 strikes on Swanson. The pitch from Weaver. Misses up and away. It's 2-2 now. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. High fly ball, deep left center field. That ball is caught by Luis Robert Jr. at the wall for the second out. That was the absolute furthest part of the ballpark you could hit a ball, and he just missed it by literally like a foot. Fastball right down the middle, maybe even a touch off the end of the bat from Swanson, and Robert fighting the sun. Makes the catch right at the ivy for the second out. As here's Nico Horner 0 for 3 today. He's flown out twice and he's grounded out. First pitch from Weaver. Just off to play for ball one. Here's the 1-0. Chopper hit weakly towards third. It's going to be foul. It's 1-1 now. I will be back, guys, in a few minutes. Welcome back here to Shy Sports Live. Our game summary: Chicago Cubs on top of the Mets 4-2. Taillon 16 pitch, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Mark Vantos a solo home run in the second. Happ also had a home run in the second. And the big fly is 3-run home run from Carson Kelly, who pinch hit for Moises Ballesteros in the 6th inning. Get the Cubs a 4-run lead at that time. The Mets did add a run in the top half of the 8th inning. So here we are in the bottom of the 8th inning. Our old friend and foe, Craig Kimbrel, on the mound for the Mets today. 2 appearances, 2 innings, 28% strikeout rate, 20% ground ball rate, no runs given up. Michael Busch over 3 leading it off for the Cubs. First pitch up and away for ball 1. Busch 0 for 3 today has had a really slow start to the year. No home runs yet. Only 3 RBIs, hitting 162. Here's a 1-0. Ball smoked to right field. It's dropping and is going to fall in front of Brett Baty for a leadoff single. So at least Busch will get a hit here. And I'll bring up Alex Bregman 0 for 3 today. A flyout, and he's grounded out twice. Here's Alex Bregman. First pitch. Ground ball hit up the middle. Right at the second baseman Simeon. The Lindor, the first Vientos for the 4-6-3 double play. So there are now all of a sudden 2 outs here in the bottom half of the Cubs inning. In the 8th. Your Cubs, your way. WatchMarquee.com. Your home for Cubs baseball television. Caleb Thielbar getting loose in that Cubs bullpen. Was getting loose in the top half of the inning, too. Kimbrel's first pitch to Happ misses high for ball 1. Happ comes set. The 1-0. Up and away, 2-0 now. Two-0 swing and a miss to high fastball. 2-1 now in Happ. Career saves leaders. Kimbrel 440 saves. Likely not going to get a chance to improve that number really at all for the rest of his career as he falls behind 3-1 now in Ian Happ. But he had a good prime. He's just now trying to just continue getting some money while also pitching. And he misses again. So, walks Happ. Seiya Suzuki 0 for 1 today. He's grounded out, he's been hit by a pitch, and he's walked. So he's been on base twice. No hits. And there's a chance here to maybe give the Cubs another run or 2. Kimbrel throws over to first. Happ is back in time without an issue. This is up and in for ball 1 to Suzuki. Here's the 1-0. This is high. It's 2-0 now to Suzuki. Kimbrel comes set. 2-0. Strike at the top of the zone. 2-1 now in Suzuki. Two one. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now in Suzuki. The 2-2. Misses high. It's full now. Off attempt to first, Ian Happ back without any issues. Second disengagement issued from Kimbrel now. Pop fly, right field. Beatty coming in a touch, and he'll make the catch for the third out. Cubs stranded under, they don't score, but they're 3 outs away from singing that song once again. 4-2 Cubs as they head to the ninth on Chi Sports Live. Welcome back here to the top half of the ninth inning. Caleb Thielbar on the mound for the Cubs and Tommy Pham pinch hitting for Brett Beatty. First pitch is a foul ball. Thielbar, his 8th appearance out of the bullpen, has 5 career saves, has 1 in 2025. You're not really paying attention to the Cubs. Daniel Palencia is on the IL, 15-day IL right now. And Thielbar hits Pham to foul off another curveball. It's 0-2. Pham 0 for 7 on the season. Thielbar misses up on the way 1-2 now. White Sox on top of the Athletics in Sacramento 5-1 in that game. Colson Montgomery a home run and Andrew Benintendi a 3-run home run. 1-2, chop foul. Mets scheduled to have Pham, Simeon, and Benj. See if Benj will stay in the game for the third hitter. Here's the 1-2. This is high. 2-2 now on FAM. Detroit on top of Boston, 1-0 there in the second inning. Miami on top of Milwaukee, 1-0 there in the third in Miami. 2-2. Check swing, appeal to first. He did swing, and that's out number 1. Take a look at the side angle. Yeah, he did swing. So his 6th strikeout for the Cubs pitching today. So here is Marcus Semien. He's singled, he's walked, and he's full out to the wall in his last at bat. First pitch from Dilbar. Curveball, chop foul. A 1. Semien fouls off that curveball, and 2 now on Marcus Semien. Cubs trying to get up to 2 games above 500 and continue their win streak to 3 games. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Mets are down to their final out in today's ball game. Dilbar racks up a punch shot, fastball, chest high. And the Mets, down to their final out in today's ball game. And then there's going to be a pinch hitter, Tyrone Taylor will be the pinch hitter for the Cubs, or for the Mets. 1 out to go. Dilbar comes set to pitch. Check swing. Tosi rings him up. Strike 1. Yeah, he definitely won. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Mets are threatening a 10-game losing streak if the Cubs can get one more strike. Taylor calls the timeout. Stuffs back into the box. Dilbar comes set. The 0-2. Fouled back to the screen. We'll do it again. The Yankees beat the Royals 13-4 in the Bronx. 0-2. No offer, balls in the dirt. 1-2 now. Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay are now in a rain delay. Minnesota and Cincinnati are now tied at 4 in about the 8th inning. Cubs 1 strike away from winning this game. Moving to 11-9. The 1-2. High, towering fly ball. Swanson going out. Makes the catch, and the Cubs win Game 2 and will take the series, and will have a chance to sweep tomorrow afternoon as the Cubs win it 4-2 here in Wrigley. 4 wins. 3 wins in a row. 4 wins in a row. Cubs winning 4-2. We'll be back in 30 seconds to wrap up the post-game show here in Chicago. We'll be back. Cubs win it on Tri Sports Live. Welcome back here to Shine Sports Live for final time. The Cubs win it 4-2. Cubs have won their fourth game in a row now, and they are on the verge of sweeping the New York Mets. They took 2 of 3 against Philly, the final 2 of 3 games, and have a shot at sweeping the Mets after taking the first 2 of 3 against the Mets. Take a look at the score by innings. Second inning, a couple of solo home runs. Mark Vientos with a solo home run at the top of the second inning. But Ian Happ had a solo home run off of Freddie Peralta on the bottom of the second inning and tied at 1. Then 3 straight innings of scoreless baseball for both teams before Carson Kelly pinch hit for Moises Ballesteros as the Mets went with the lefty Brooks Raley. Carson Kelly, a 3-run home run at the bottom of the 6th inning, gave the Cubs the 4-1 lead at the time. The Mets added a run in the 8th inning off of an error. But that was it. And the final line score: 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Mets. 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Cubs. Take a look at some individual batting stats for the Mets. Carson Ben, 0 for 3 today, a walk and a strikeout. Tyrone Taylor ended the game with a pop fly to Dansby Swanson. Bo Bichette, 1 for 4 today, a run scored. Francisco Lindor, 2 for 4 today with a strikeout. Luis Robert Jr., 2 for 4 today. MJ Melendez 0 for 3 today, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Francisco Alvarez 0 for 4 today. Mark Vientos 1 for 4 today with a run scored and an RBI and a strikeout. Brett Brady 0 for 2 today with a walk. Tommy Pham pinch hit in the 9th, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Marcus Semien 1 for 3 tonight with a walk and a strikeout. For a total of 33 at-bats, 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 RBI, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts for the Mets batting. Double from Luis Robert Jr., home run from Vientos. And total bases, Luis Robert Jr. had 3, Lindor had 2, Semien, Bichette had 1, and Vientos had 4 caught stealing. Luis Robert Jr. was caught stealing. Mets left 8 men on base. For the Cubs offense, Nico Hoerner 0 for 4 today, cooled off a little bit after the hot couple series he's been. Michael Busch 1 for 4 today with a strikeout. Alex Bregman 0 for 4. Seiya Suzuki 1 for 2 today. Ian Happ today 1 for 2 today. 2 runs scored, an RBI on the home run and 2 walks. Seiya Suzuki 0 for 2 today. A run scored, a walk was hit by a pitch. Moises Ballesteros 1 for 2 today with a strikeout. Carson Kelly, our player of the game today for the Cubs, 1 for 1, 1 run, a 3-run home run. Miguel Amaya 1 for 3. Pete Armstrong 0 for 3, and Dansby Swanson 0 for 3 with a strikeout. For a total of 28 at-bats, 4 runs, 5 hits, 4 RBIs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts for the Cubs offense. Home runs from Happ and Kelly. Total bases, Busch and Amaya had 1, Happ had 4, Ballesteros had 1, and Kelly had 4. Seiya Suzuki was hit by a pitch. Cubs left 4 men on base. For the pitching side, first on the Mets, Freddie Peralta got the loss today with 5 2/3. Gave 3 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned. Walked 2, struck out 3, gave 1 home run. Brooks Raley went 2/3 of an inning, gave 1 hit, 1 run. And that run was earned on a home run. Luke Weaver finished that out. Had pitched 2/3 of an inning. And Craig Kimbrell pitched to the bottom of the 8th inning. 1 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 walk, nothing else. For a total of 8 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 runs, all 4 earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 home runs given up by Mets pitching. The Cubs, Jameson Taillon got the win. Went 6 innings, he had 5 hits, 1 run. That run was earned, walked 3, strikeout 4, gave up 1 home run to Mark Vientos. Ben Brown got a hold, 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, no earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, no home runs. And Caleb Thielbar got the save, his 6th career save, 1 inning, struck out 2. Bertola, 9 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 1 home run. That is going to do it for today's broadcast. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We will have the third game of this 3-game set where the Cubs will try and go for the sweep tomorrow afternoon at 1:20. Cubs baseball, weather permitting, but it's going to likely be a nice day out there. But with that being said, for a final time, the Cubs win at 4-2. Thank you all for listening, tuning in, and take care. This has been a presentation of Shy Sports Live.